morning. I feel like I'm in a good celebratory mood, but I feel a little like the guy that got to sweep in and take credit for something that other people have done all the work on. I do want to recognize a few people here this morning. James Dry wasn't able to make it this morning, although he might come in a few minutes. But Stacy Shepard, where's Stacy? Stand up, because I want you guys to recognize she's the Executive Officer of Member Services and the Executive Director of Education, Amanda Johnson. And we're honored to have Nathan Elliott, Secretary of Education for the Chickasaw Nation, here this morning. And of course, my colleagues, Dr. David Cardenas. Did I say that right? You did. Correct. Dean of the UNLV, William Hara College of Hospitality, and of course, Tammy Tiger, Director of Tribal Relations, Tribal Education there on the campus. So we're pleased to have you on the campus this morning. I also want to recognize my predecessor, Thomas Newsom. Dr. Newsom really is the one who got this got it off the shelf and working with our new colleagues here. And I also want to recognize Chad Harp, who I give a lot of grief to, but he's done a yeoman's work in organizing this and helping launch it. This memorandum of understanding that we're going to be signing today marks the beginning of a formal partnership between Southeastern and UNLV. It's built on shared goals and our commitment to tribal education and to our services, particularly to our constituents, the Chickasaw Nation and the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. We're proud to be on the reservation of Choctaws, and we're proud to be partners with both the Chickasaw Nation and the Choctaw Nation. And I have said this before, but what is good for the Choctaw Nation is good for Southeastern. What's good for the Chickasaw Nation is good for Southeastern. We're inseparable. We are, in the truest sense of the word, partners in all we do. And what we're signing today will help us advance education, research, cultural exchange, and open up new opportunities for our students, for our faculty, and our communities. We're going to be developing articulation agreements that enable students both here and all over the United States, but particularly in rural Oklahoma, to be able to achieve associate's degrees and bachelor's degrees and eventually master's degrees, especially in fields tied to tribal and commercial gaming and hospitality, and growing real-world research, real-world experience with the premier school in gaming and hospitality management, UNLV, and of course the leading school in the area of business in Oklahoma, AACSB accredited John Massey School of Business. And by the way, let me introduce our Dean of the John Massey School of Business and our Chair of both accounting and management and marketing and everything else right now. Rhonda Richards is our Dean, and then Eric Kennedy, Dr. Eric Kennedy, Dr. Rhonda Richards are running everything and have been for some time. Thank you both for doing this. And this will be your partnership. This 3-year memorandum of understanding serves as a framework for continued collaboration, and we are absolutely pleased to partner with you. I'll let you have the floor. Thank you so much for the science.
I really appreciate it. I'm going to let Tammy start, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a presentation about our book.
Howdy to. Sa Chifoyat Tammy Tiger, Chapta Sia, Muskogee Sia, Oklenlash Nuwu. I just learned on Friday that I was saying that part backwards from one of the Choctaw speakers. But I'm Tammy Tiger. I'm a citizen of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. I'm also descended from Muskogee and Seminole people. I've grown up between Los Angeles and Las Vegas. This event here today is incredibly meaningful to me in so many ways, personally and professionally, and I'm very excited to be here today. We're going to start with a little bit of background about our college, and then I'm going to go more into the Tribal Education Initiative and what we have to offer the students here in Choctaw and Chickasaw Nations.
Thank you, Tammy. My name is David Cardenas. I am the Dean of the William F. Harrah College of Hospitality. It's a true honor to be here today. This has been a long time running. I also have to share that I wasn't here from the start. I kind of took over halfway through, and it's been a great journey so far, and I just feel like there's so much more moving forward. I often talk about experiences like this, like planting seeds. You plant that seed, you see it grow. So very, very excited to be here, and I really appreciate Dr. Whitlock and Chad for allowing us to be here. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm going to give you a little bit of presentation about our amazing program in the university. A little bit about who we are and what we do at UNLV and the Harrah College of Hospitality. So our vision is to create global leaders who inspire unforgettable experiences. This is something that we just developed. We did a new strategic plan, and this is our new vision moving forward. But I believe that's what our college has been doing all along. We have a gentleman in this room who's one of our graduates who's done that here, and you can see it in your casino, truly creating those unforgettable experiences. I had the opportunity of staying in the casino this weekend, and it's like any other could be in Vegas, and you could just replicate that. So the work that's being done here is just outstanding, and our job is to continue doing that, thinking about that next generation and how that continue to grow and to build upon that. Our mission is built upon 4 different pillars. The first one is student success. We want to make students are at the highest level, that they really, from the onset all the way through, and then after they graduate, that they become the leaders that they can become, and making sure that our students have that. We're also a knowledge hub, so making sure that we create new knowledge to make sure that our industries continue to advance and excel and succeed, but also be sustainable and community friendly. Another pillar is global leadership. So thinking about we want to make sure that we embrace Las Vegas and what Las Vegas is, which is the center of hospitality and entertainment, but thinking about it from a global perspective. So every different community, it could be in Las Vegas, it could be here in Durant, but could also be in Macau or in Madrid, and we're thinking about that from a global perspective. And then the last one is really purposeful engagement, and this is where it's getting back to the community and giving back to the community who's so important for the success of who we are and what we build. Our program once again was ranked number 1 in the United States, was ranked number 1 in North America, and number 4 worldwide. We have 1,546 program students in the College of Hospitality. The majority of them are at the bachelor's level, but we also have a master's and PhD level. We have over 20,000 alumni that are spread around the world. We're proud to say that we have 20 tribal students, which is a 45% increase since last year. So it's something that's been purposeful, and we want to continue to grow. And I'm hoping that we continue to grow, probably not at that 45% increase, but we hope to double and then triple and quadruple that, because I think it's something that's very, very important. We have 18 tribal relationships. So we're very, very fortunate to have been supported by the Yahavitan of San Manuel to start a tribal education initiative. And in a very short time, Tammy has been able to develop 18 different tribal relationships. And so this is one of them, and we're very, very proud of that process. 12% of our students are international, and one thing that we think is critical to the success of our program is that we have wonderful scholars who are teaching in the classroom, but we also have industry mentors and industry relations that come into the classroom that provide that education to our students. We have one major at the bachelor's level. It's both online and face-to-face. It's a Bachelor's of Hospitality. We also then have 6 concentrations within that Bachelor's of Science and Hospitality Management. We have 4 different master's programs. We have our traditional Master's of Science Hospitality Administration. It's on campus, and that one is a thesis track, so you're going to be working on a thesis. The second one is a Master's of Hospitality Administration. It's our MHA program. It's completely online, and it's our executive master's program. It's for working professionals that are out in the industry that have been working for a little while. You can take that degree anywhere in the world, and it really is for executives. We also have two dual degrees at the master's levels with the business school. It's a master's of hospitality administration and an MBA, and a master's of hospitality and master's of information systems. Those are also on campus. And then we have a PhD program. It's a traditional PhD program where we're creating next generation of scholars, thinking about that next level of faculty members. Why we're ranked number one? It's because of our students and what they've done and the successes that they've had. So this is just a few of our amazing leaders that have come through our program. One of them, Bill Hornbuckle, he graduated in 1984. If you don't know the name, he's the president of MGM. He graduated in 1984. He started working at the front desk of Hampton, of a Hilton property, and little by little he became. He got additional experiences, and then became the president of the MGM. We also just recently honored Peter Arcero. He is the Chief Gaming Officer for Javier Thomas San Manuel as our Alumni of the Year. But again, the reason that we are so successful is because of the success of our students. And the other reason of our strong program is because of the partnerships that we have. We have partnerships that are local, like MGM, like Caesars, like the Sands, but we also have global partnerships such as Marriott, Hilton, Aramark, and we're also very proud to have partnerships like the Javier San Manuel Nation. So if you combine both the industry support and the industry partnerships, as well as the industry who are coming into our classroom and teaching with our faculty members, it really is a great recipe for success for who we are and what the partnership is. And today we're continuing that partnership. Today with Southeastern, we're continuing to build upon that process, thinking about how we plant seeds and we continue to grow and prosper. And I think this is beneficial not only because we're working here with the Southeastern, but also having the students come to Las Vegas provides us with additional knowledge. It provides that diversification that I think is very, very important for us. So it's a little bit about us. I'm going to hand it over to Tammy to talk a little bit more about our tribal education initiative.
So our program was made possible by Javier Thomas San Manuel. They were formerly known as the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. They have the Yamava property in Southern California, and they recently purchased, I'd say like three years ago now, they purchased the Palms Casino and were the first tribe to own and operate a casino on the Las Vegas Strip. They have developed this program and endowed it with a $6 million investment into our communities, with the goal of helping us to raise and educate future generations of Native American people within our tribal leadership, within our tribal gaming and hospitality enterprises. I am the founding director. I worked 25 years in local government before coming to UNLV. I worked everything from answering the phones to an administrator when I left. And when I heard of this program, I thought I knew I had not been to Oklahoma, to Durant area in Oklahoma for a while. My son went to OU. And so I had seen and witnessed within my own family just how the impact tribal gaming has had with the revenues and the investment back into our communities, in our schools, in the jobs, in the housing programs. And I knew that even though I was on the road to retire, I'm like, this is something that I need to be a part of. It was an opportunity to be the founding director. And having grown up just doing most of my work in the tribal communities with the urban centers and urban environment, I felt like it was a really great way for me to come back and give something back. And then when I started the position, I found out that Choctaw Nation had already been in talks with UNLV. And then I knew, like, this is my Hinahanta. I'm on the right path. This is where I'm supposed to be. And so I've really been just so honored to be doing this work. And I want to tell you a little bit more about what we're doing. So we had to think, all across, how do we infuse Indian country into our program? How do we bring tribal content to this #1 program? How are we #1 with missing this whole segment of the gaming industry? And so we started with conducting focus groups all across Indian country. We hosted one on campus that Southeastern and Choctaw Nation resorts participate in, just to find out what each community needs, because tribes are different all across the country, as we know. And so then we went to participate in college fairs, get to know the students, and really see that if we can offer our education in partnership with tribal leaders in the modules, being guest speakers, being mentors, and the students can take this education at home within their home communities. They can take it online, and they can still come to campus. They can still do internships that are in Vegas and back and forth reciprocal. Then that was like meeting the best needs for the student. And then how do we create this sense of belonging on campus? There are over 1,000 self-identified Native students at UNLV. We are one of the most diverse campus colleges in the nation, but we always strive to bring our students back to the campus. We do have like one online student, our first online student. He happens to be Choctaw, works at the resorts, Tyler Bell. He's here today. But how do we make sure that Native culture is taught in every part of what we're doing? And so we just held this week of events for Native American Heritage Month. We hosted a tribe at our football game, invited the elders. You see they're having a great time in the suite, and they got to see their granddaughters in the, they had the oldest tribal marching band, and they had their granddaughters down on the field with us. We hosted a powwow. We're into our 5th year of the UNLV powwow. We hosted the first Remembrance Day on campus. So we're really looking to make sure that Native culture is in the forefront in everything that we do. And then indigenizing our curriculum. We have all these opportunities within our food and beverage programs, from gaming, from hospitality leadership. Might recognize Mr. Trevor Mullins. He's been one of the first people that I've talked to since I've been here. We developed our first course that we developed is the Intro to Tribal Gaming Industry. We piloted it last spring, and every month we brought in a different tribal speaker and leader to talk to the class. We've also been doing presentations at different conferences, and then our food and beverage program hosted a recipe from a native chef, Freddie Bitsui. He's Navajo. And so we look for every opportunity. We're up to, I think, 5 courses that have a permanent module within our program. Looking forward to a micro-credential, and just how do we start to infuse tribal content into everything that we do. And then planting seeds. I have 5 brothers and sisters that attended Jones Academy. Only one of them went into gaming and hospitality, which surprised me. But I was like, how do we start planting these seeds earlier? We had an existing Native youth camp that comes every June. And so with our programs, we expanded it to nationwide. It started off as just Nevada tribes. We have 28 tribes in Nevada. And then through our programs, all the partners that we outreach to, we invite them to our summer camp. We pay for everything that happens. We pay for the entire summer camp for they stay in the dorms, they eat at the commons. We do a college presentation, then we take them out to the industry and they get an industry tour, so they get that college and career experience. And then all we ask is that our tribal partners bring them, and they bring a chaperone with them to help them stay in the dorms with them too. But so they get to see presentations. This is a few of the presentations. We also have a STEM day. And then this is one of our community partners that has an Indigenous arts shop. And so we make sure that they have the full college culture experience. And then student success. Well, we want to retain our students. We want to make sure that they are succeeding in every way possible that we can. I write tons of letters of recommendation. I build a relationship with the students. I make sure that I can support them in every aspect of their journey. And so here, Tyler just recently has received an award for Indigenous Futures in Tourism. Congratulations, Tyler. That was just last week. We have partners in the industry, like we mentioned. AT&T has donated laptops so that our students that are attending online have the tools that they need to succeed. Through our partnerships too, we ask, here's a stable place where you can still study and learn. You can still come to Southeastern and take your classes online and have stable internet, have a relationship and support here on campus. And then we also started our ACES chapter, American Indian Science and Engineering Society, because gaming and technology is an important part of STEM. Aristocrat Gaming is a huge supporter of that program as well. And then G2E happens in Las Vegas, so we took a cohort of our students to G2E. They had specialized tours and presentations, not only from some of our vendor partners, but also from the National Indian Gaming Commission. And of course, our mentors. I want to make sure that our students see each other, see other leaders that look like them, see other leaders that are either from their tribe or their community to help mentor them through the journey. Jacob Montoya is the first Native American professional golf management graduate from UNLV, and he's mentoring one of our Duckwater Shoshone students. Here's one of our mentors over the gaming and learning about, the best thing about UNLV is you get 1,000 work hours. You get to learn all the operations. and how to manage them as well. And then this is Peter mentoring one of our recently graduated students. And so these were our two first graduates. It's Edward from Southern Ute Indian Tribe in Colorado, and Devon Tangavia from Hopi Nation. Even though they weren't like on my, those communities weren't on my, like my plan for who I was reaching out to at the time, we also try to work through relationships. So anytime that I meet someone and they have an interest, they both were so excited and grateful for the program that we had. They wanted me to invite their tribe to our summer camp, so we did. And then we also have now started to go visit with them and develop relationships with them as well. So we make sure that all the relationships that we do in Indian country are genuine, they're authentic, and that we're meeting the needs that they have for their communities. So I'll close it there. Yakoki.
Thank you. I will, looking forward to the partnership, want to make one correction that was said about Las Vegas being the center for hospitality. I think you're going to discover that Choctaw Nation, Chickasaw Nation is the real center for hospitality.
I like
I'm
it.
glad we're partnering with you to learn from you.
Very good. I'm going to ask Chad Harper, Executive Director for Tribal Relations at Southeastern Oklahoma State University, to make a few comments.
So, particularly everybody's here today. Really, this all started with a need, and I think it's wonderful that Southeastern could step up, assist our Choctaw and Chickasaw Nation. This was brought to us initially by the Choctaw Nation, but it's something we're seeing across the board. We've mentioned it to a lot of different tribal leaders in the area, and they were just thrilled. It's taken a little bit of time for us all to work out everything, but I think it's something wonderful, especially for our students that can't travel. I think it's neat that we can help those ones that have a hard time getting to a university or whatever. With the teamwork that we have, I think we're going to do some great things.
Okay, with that, I think we'll sign the documents and look forward to having all of the articulation agreements, and probably should have had the dean of the business school sign this too, because she and Erica can end up being the people taking care of all of this. But what's the date today, right?
Today's the 11th. Yeah, Las Vegas.
Do a picture with our. We could look really presidential and show our
We have to sign one more
signatures.
time.
Yeah. Any questions?
We have an exchange of passes.
All right. What we ought to do is try to sew them half to half, so we can just turn them around as we need to.
Thank you so much.
That's all I'm going to do. Appreciate it. Good, Dan. All right.
So something I want to do for Tammy, for being a great partner and working, here at Southeastern, we have our medallions from Tribal Relations, so I want to present Tammy a medallion.
Yeah.
With that, we're dismissed. Y'all can go ahead and enjoy each other's company and take a picture here. But, we'll be around.
So feel free to visit. We have lunch as well, so please make yourself welcome.